Hi there, my name is Jason Shepherdson. I'm a doctor of physical therapy that runs an in-home physical and occupational therapy practice, primarily serving seniors in the home. I wanted to show you 3 balance exercises I believe most seniors can do in the home. This can be done uh, alone, as long as you're making sure that you're being safe, and it can also be done with a caregiver who's spotting you to make sure that you're being safe, and also maybe you're pushing your balance a little bit harder with these exercises if you have someone to spot you. So I'm going to show you those 3 exercises. The first of 3 balance exercises I believe that are good to do at home for most seniors starts with having your feet together. So many seniors might struggle with this of just putting your feet together, or as close as, if you can't bring your feet together, then try to bring them as close together as you can. Maybe you're here. But if you're here, this is a good place to start. So if you're holding on to a countertop at home or a chair and you put your feet together and you just try to keep your balance, that might be enough of a challenge already. Some people will struggle to keep their balance by just having their feet together. So if you're one of those people, trying to do this for anywhere between 10 and 30 seconds, where you feel like you lose your balance, you got something that you can catch on to. This is a good starting place for a lot of people, is just feet together. And again, if you can't do feet together, try as close together as you can and see if that's a challenge. If you want to push it more than that, then I would suggest the next, which is either a semi-tandem or a tandem stance balancing. So what that's going to look like is you're going to try to, if your feet were together and that was too easy, you're going to try to bring one foot in front of the other a little bit more. This is halfway in front of one foot, and then this is all the way. So this is a full tandem stance. This is difficult. This is easier, and this is easier. So the next progression would be a semi-tandem stance balancing, where you have one foot halfway in front of the other, and you're just going to try to keep your balance here. So if you're at a countertop and you're trying to semi-balance, trying to hover your hands over the countertop before you lose your balance is what you can try if that feels like it's a good challenge for you. If it continues to feel too easy, you can go full tandem, where you go one foot in front of the other, keeping your heel against your toe in a straight line, and you're going to hover your hands and you're going to try to keep your balance. This is much harder than the semi-tandem stance. Again, if this feels like it's a good challenge for you, try it anywhere between 10 and 30 seconds. If you lose your balance, you grab on for support long before you feel like you're going to fall. If you're you want to challenge your balance, but you want to be safe. So that's a full tandem. You try that on one side, you can try it on the other. Keep in mind, if you got more weakness in one leg or one hip compared to the other, one foot might be harder to have in front as opposed to the other. So maybe with the left foot in front during tandem stance, it was easy, but with the right foot in front, maybe it's more difficult. So this is good to work on your balance, because maybe one leg has better and one leg doesn't have such good balance. So practicing tandem stance with one leg in front and then the other will be good to address that. So again, 10 to 30 seconds at a time, hovering your hands over a chair, trying to keep your balance, making sure you don't fall. If that all feels too easy or you're ready to progress it, what you can try is a single leg balance. So with either a chair in front of you or the side of you, just trying to balance on one leg. Again, safety above all. So ideally you can have a second supportive structure to grab with your other hand while you do this, because just I'm putting all my weight through one leg, so I'm working my balance, and I'm working my strength, and I'm working my endurance. And as long as I can do this pain-free, I'm working my body. You need to progress it, you can take that one hand away and just hold on with one hand of support. If you really want to progress it, you could try to hover a hand and keep your balance and just grab on if you feel like you're going to fall. You can do that on both legs. You could do that facing the chair or off to the side. Straight on might be good in the beginning, because then you can hold on with two hands. Maybe transition to one and then maybe transition to none. Very similar sets in duration as before. I would go 3 sets of maybe 10 to 30 seconds each leg. Be safe above all else. err on the side of caution and slowly work your way up in difficulty and challenge as you do these. But those are 3 balance exercises I feel are good for most seniors. Ideally doing this with a caregiver, but if you're not, that's okay. Just make sure that you're safe above all else.